We've been here before to do a boat. I will say this before I do that. I noticed there was an achievement for having all of the liquids or something at the same time. Out of stock. It says they're all out of stock. Owned. Missing that for some reason. That. There it is. Okay. I just needed to go in and buy the other attachments. Okay. Use the cleaning liquids to rapidly cut through dirt times. And then I guess the rest is just kind of aesthetic. Well, might as well. I mean, God knows we have the money for it, right? I should have done this earlier. It ate through our money, but we now have everything. Okay, cool. What? Huh. I should have done that sooner. All right, it's submarine time. This probably won't take us super duper long time to do. I typically don't really chase achievements on video games because when achievements were first introduced back in the Xbox era of gaming, I wasn't an Xbox guy. I was still very much a Nintendo guy. And because of the way we're brought up, I don't even want to say even just in the States. I used to think this was just a United States thing. But hell, I'm starting to notice this day and age that it's an everywhere thing. You're taught that everything is so polarizing. You're always taught to be tribal for whatever reason. And I don't know why humans still do that despite our current state of evolution. I don't know why we're still so hooked on everything being tribal, but you know, you were always you were either a Sony kid or a Nintendo kid. You never could just live and let live and have one console. There was always somebody at school or on the playground that kind of spurred it on, you know. Ooh, I have a PlayStation 2. You have an N64. My console's way better. Look at my graphics. Look at this, this, and this. I don't know why it always needed to be a damn competition. I mean, the companies themselves made it a competition because capitalism, but, you know, we got to have our cake and eat it too as consumers. We could just play both. I mean, I couldn't. My parents weren't going to just, we weren't rich. We weren't just going to run out and buy every console. But you get what I mean, you know. You can like both. You don't have to be exclusive to one damn company or console, but what can you do? I have, as far as achievements are concerned, I think Minecraft is the only modern game that I've given two shits about the achievements on. But other than that, like I said, I don't really chase achievements because I was still very much a Nintendo guy and didn't really get into the achievement era of gaming until Steam and PC gaming. And I started my PC gaming journey back around 2009-ish. Back around the time of the Orange Box and Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. That was when my journey on PC gaming began. And from there, I was like, oh yeah, achievements. They're on Steam too, huh? And they just kind of happen, you know. Having played most, 99.9% of my PC games being Steam over the years, I'm used to achievements popping when I finish a world or an entire game or beating a boss or something. And I've been meaning to go in here and see what pieces were left for us to buy, and just kept not thinking about it because I'm so absent-minded. Well, the reasons are poorly understood. The bedrock around the source of the rushing are extremely a brushless extremely for time. I guess this is kind of like is this a deep sea diving submarine or a regular submarine? Well, at least this one is properly made and not held together with cardboard and Walmart PC controllers. I don't think you could ever get me into a submarine. I'm bad enough with boats as it is. You're never, ever, 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 ever going to get me in a submarine. That's just not a thing that's going to happen. I am so sorry, Charlie. They're neat and all, but I'm good. I'm much more happy up here on the surface. I don't remember why James Cameron went down that little submarine he went down in a handful of years ago. I remember everybody joking about it and laughing. I remember the memes. I remember the South Park episodes. I don't remember why he went down. Was it a documentary or something? Why did he go down there? He went down there to raise the bar. Did I hit this one? Yeah, okay. The little grabby hands. About as good as it's going to get until I actually climb down there and get really up close and personal. Ham. Remember when we were very early on in our career here? I can't remember what the first vehicle was that we washed. I think it was just a regular old car. Or no, it was that race car, wasn't it? I don't remember. Was it we did a van. I remember we washed a van at some point. We've done a handful of vehicles. Hell, we did an alien spacecraft at one point. We went to Mars and did the Mars rover. That was a long trip, getting there and back. Lord. Oh. My mind's racing all over the place. I don't know what to wash next. Lord. It's really bad from back here. Yeesh. It's like trying to clean out somebody's PC. Like, somebody who's never cleaned out a PC before. They've run it for years without taking a can of air to it. And there's just like a quilt in there. You pull out like a dryer lint worth of dust. Or a dryer lint trap worth of dust, I meant to say. That can be kind of a tough little angle. Okay, let me hit you from here. The thing is, do I have access to my ladder? I don't think I do. With this stage in particular, I think they want me to kind of do it this way. Just using the sides here. Well. Okay, if you insist on pinging, I'm not going to stop you. What about this one? What about this bad boy? Oh my God. Okay, well, see, that's kind of harder to. Yeah, I don't have a. Do I not have a ladder? Do I have a ladder? I have the step stool. I'm not seeing a. Hold up. I don't think I can use that. Shut up, Seagull. It's not that funny. Yeah, I don't know how I'm meant to do that. Oh well. We'll solve that problem later down the road. In the meantime, we'll just focus on these big areas that we can get to. The particular little angles that you have to. I should probably check this behind these on the other side too while I'm thinking about it. Don't fall. We have to do this part first. That's going to be really annoying to get in behind those tanks. I don't see us to where we have a choice. Oh! Just jump. I can't believe on that last stage, the aquarium, that whole clam opening thing, that was... I'm still thinking about that. I still feel dumb. I wonder if chat hadn't have said anything. How long would it have taken me to notice? Definitely an embarrassing amount of time. Really? Keyboard. My new keyboard's supposed to come in the mail today. Just kind of sit here waiting on FedEx. It's a classic throwback to the 90s keyboards. Oh, I'm gonna do an unboxing. No, you guys are you're gonna love this keyboard. No lights, nothing special about it. Just that gray plastic aesthetic from the 90s. But it's a mechanical keyboard, and I've always wanted a decent mechanical keyboard that didn't look like something I bought, from Walmart. I don't know what the obsession is with, what do they call it, RGB, RBG, or whatever, the lights, the colorful lights that have to be on every piece of electronics nowadays. I mean, if we're really going to go with, fancy aesthetics, bring back the whole clear electronics from the 90s. Bring that back. We like that. It was generic at the time, and I remember not being a super fan of it. But looking back with some hindsight, I kind of miss it. But yeah, I got to get my vlogs in order to work on that. There's a lot of little things that I need to do on the back end and YouTube that I need to work on before June gets here. Because June's going to be a busy month. It's just going to be nonstop Jurassic June stuff. I have a lot planned this year. A lot. It's going to be fun, though. Can I hit this from here? I can. Ping, ping. Time to focus on the underbelly. There's a lot down here. Got it. Got the big bubble on the front. Fun part. It's going to be kind of hard to... Maybe not. Boy, I'm sitting here thinking about Minecraft. I have Minecraft on the brain. All I can think about. We've been working on Thalassonovia. Working on some stuff we should have been working on this whole time. It's not that this job is hard. It's just that this one in particular is kind of annoying. I think it's because of all the nooks and crannies. This one is not the most satisfying one in the world to do. See. Hmm. Oh, toggled off my face cam at some point and didn't even realize. Whoopsie doodles. That happens way too much trying to use keyboard. Way too much. Snap. Can't really, because of the angle. Oh my god. That is the most frustrating. Okay, let me see if I can deal with this from down here. Yeah, kinda, I guess. We got up to 99% before I even realized it, though, which is nice. Just nice. Just nice. Just nice. 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 These seagulls mean business. I remember when I was a kid and we went down to the beach. Um, we went when I was 4 or 5. Might have been my first time. So I don't really remember that. We went down to Florida to see my aunt. They moved around every once in a while because my uncle was one of the branches of military, Air Force and Navy or something. And I don't remember my first time going to the beach because, again, I was too little. But when we went back when I was a little older, we went down to Gulf Shores, which is the beach along the Alabama Gulf Coast. And that I remember. And I remember when we first went down towards the water there, the smell, the moisture in the air, the salt in the air. I remember the seagulls and the sounds that they made. And every time I hear seagulls now in media, I think back to that, remember how it was so surreal hearing seagulls IRL and hearing them in person, having only ever heard them in media. And I'll always have that now, you know. It's nice. And I think we went down to Gulf Shores maybe 2 times when I was younger. At least once I know of. It feels like we might have went twice. I don't remember. Then of course I didn't go anywhere for like 20 years. No vacations, no major trips. Um, and then a few years ago we went down to Destin Beach in Florida. That was great. Then recently we went back down to Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. Again, Alabama Gulf Coast. And that was nice. So I don't have a ton of beach experience under my belt, but I have some because I live 5 hours away from the beach. I live in the middle of the state, so it's about a 5 hour drive, give or take, down to the Gulf Coast. I have to get this stupid thing is in my way. That's the problem. Air tank pipes. Okay. It's gonna be you. And not that. Air tank pipes. Wow. Come on. Come on. Oh shit, that's right. We haven't talked about Michael Jackson. There's a new Michael Jackson documentary that has come out that has kind of exonerated him. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm starting to lean more towards he was right this whole time. Now I feel really bad. I feel like a huge piece of shit having even doubted him for a second. It's just that accusations against, those kinds of people who touch kids, you have to take that stuff deathly serious. Um, but finding out that he built Neverland Ranch and was trying to protect those kids from going to Epstein Island, they killed that man. They killed Michael Jackson because of that. We live in the darkest timeline. It's pure evil. Evil, evil, evil. But I'll have to check that documentary out and get back to you guys with my thoughts. That's the Submarine. Not a hard job, just an annoying one. I didn't like this one. There were too many little particulars and little nooks and crannies. But we got it done. That's the important thing. That takes care of this area. Yeah, that's all of segment 3. So let's see. That just leaves 4, which has 2 areas. 5 just has the 1, and 6 has 2. Okay. So yeah, we're more or less at the halfway point, or just getting onto the other side of the halfway point. And then we have the 1 stage left in career mode. But I'm trying to save that one till absolute last. I want to do every single other stage possible before we do that one. So we just have these 3 to roll through now. All right.